Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Let's Code. Alright guys, welcome to the first episode of Let's Code and into this channel Art with Code. If you're new here, consider subscribing. So I'm going to do a programming challenge and then explain how I did it. I hope you guys enjoy this video and learn something new. So let's dive right into this problem. It's a problem from HackerRank. HackerRank is a great website to learn about programming and solving programming problems. So this is one of those problems, and in this problem it's about string manipulation, and we are going to learn about basic string manipulation in C by solving this problem. So let's dive right into this problem. Problem statement is about strong password. This is the title of the problem. So there is this girl here who needs to log into this site called Friendsbook, but she needs to create a strong password. So the length of the password must be at least 6 characters. It should contain at least 1 digit and 1 lowercase English character and 1 uppercase English character. It should also contain 1 special character, and when she types a random string of length n in the password field, but she doesn't know if it's strong, so we need to develop a program that would find the minimum number of characters she must add to make her password strong. So that's the problem statement, and the input format for this problem is you must first get an integer n denoting the length of the string, and the second line contains the string of n characters, which is the password typed by this girl. So the size of n is between 1 and 100, and the output format is you must print a single integer denoting the answer to the problem. So you guys can pause the video over here and try to do this problem on your own, and there will be a link to a sample document contained in the problem in the description below, and you can check it out and then come back to this video after you have solved this or attempted to solve this, and then we will go through the code step by step, and I will show you how we can solve this problem and use string manipulation in C. Alright guys, now I'm gonna code up the solution. First I'm gonna include some libraries. stdio.h include stdlib.h, and then I'm going to include stdbool.h. This is for booleans, and include string.h. Alright, so now I'm going to code up the main method. Okay, so int main, and this is the main method in C. So I'm going to say numbers is equal to array, so I'm going to have all the numbers here as a string. Then I'm going to have all the other characters as well. So to handle lowercase letters, so I'm going to have these lowercase numbers. Then uppercase, I'm going to have the uppercase numbers, and for the special characters I'm going to have all the special characters over here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say int n, which stores the length of the string. So I'm going to use scanf to get the integer value from the user, and I'm going to pass the reference of that variable. Okay, now I'm going to use I'm going to declare a char array to hold the string, and the size would be n. Then I'm going to say scanf, which would scan the string, which would get the string from the user. So I'm going to pass in v, and the reason I didn't pass the reference because this is already a pointer. So printf, I'm going to print the result onto the screen, and then I'm going to use a method called score password, which would return how many characters you need to make it a strong password. So, and I'm going to pass in all the special char arrays, which has all the characters, into this function. Okay, and str length would get the length of the char array. We could also use n here, totally fine, but I'm going to use this. So this should return how many characters there are in a string. So then we are going to implement the score password method. So I'm going to use score password, and it would take a pointer of the string, and then a pointer to the numbers array, and then another pointer, lowercase, and then another pointer to the uppercase array, and then another pointer to the special case array, special charge, sorry. And then I'm going to pass in the size of that particular string. Okay, so in score would store the score, and if check if in array, check if in array would return true if a particular character is in both arrays. So essentially what we are checking is, we are checking whether the string x has numbers in it. So checks whether the random string given by user has numbers in it. So you must pass in the length of this random string, and you must pass in the length of the numbers array. So the numbers has 10 elements, so that's why I passed in 10. Then the score would increase by 1. Okay, so we are going to do this for the lowercase, uppercase, and the special characters. So like so. Okay, so what I have done here is I'm checking whether x has lowercase letters in it, whether the x has uppercase letters in it, and x has special characters. If so, the score is increased by 1. So now we're going to return the result. So I'm going to say n is the size of the string, and n plus 4 minus the score. 4 is the total score that you can get, so there are 4. If the string has numbers, lowercase, uppercase, and special characters, it would get a score of 4. So if you minus 4 by the score that you get of the string, you can see how many special character types the string is lacking. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to say 4 minus the score, which would get the remaining character types the string must have, and I add it with the current value of current size of the string, and then if it's greater than or equal to 6, because a strong password needs to have at least 6 characters. Since a strong password needs to have at least 6 characters, this value must be greater than or equal to 6. If so, I'm going to return how many character types that it is lacking. I have done that. So if even if you add all the character types and modify the string, if it's still less than or not equal to 6, what I'm going to do, I'm going to return. So your string has this many characters still lacking. Okay, so after I have done that, I'm going to say 6 minus n, which would get how many characters the string needs to have to become a strong password. So I'm going to return that. So that's how the score password method works. Now let's look at how the check if in array method is implemented. Check in if array method returns a boolean check if in array. Then you have I'm going to pass in a x, a char pointer and another char pointer, which will store 2 char arrays, references to 2 char arrays, and then the size of that array and the size of the other array. and then I'm going to declare another two pointers, A, which stores the reference of y, and B, which stores the reference of x. If size of x is greater than size of y, I'm gonna say the reference B is equal to reference A is equal to x and reference B is equal to y. Basically I'm switching these two arrays. So after I have done that, I'm going to say char initial B. Initial B would store the first index position, and I am going to dereference the pointer A, which would access the char array's first element or the particular element, and then if it's not a null character, I am going to say while B not equal to, like so, not equal to null character. What I'm going to do is I'm going to loop through both of these character arrays, and I'm going to say if a particular element exists in both of these arrays, I'm going to return true. Otherwise I'm going to say B++. I'm going to increment the A array by 1, and then I'm going to say B is equal to initial B. So I'm going to reset the B array to starting position. Otherwise it would be out of bounds basically. So that is there to prevent that from happening. And then I'm going to return false because there was no match in the array. So that's how you implement the check-in-if array. And code can be found in the GitHub link down below, so make sure you check that out, and it will be fully commented. As now what I'm going to do is I'm going to execute this program and test whether it would work. So I'm going to say ggc. I'm going to use the compiler, and then I'm going to say strong password. That's the file I saved it in, and then I'm going to compile it. After I have compiled it, I'm going to run the executable file. So it is asking for the in, basically the size of the string. So I'm going to say 5, and then I'm going to type in the random string reset ue. So it prints out 2. Okay, a, b, and 1. No, first 3, then a, b, and 1, and the output is 3 because you need 3 characters to make it a strong password. So the code works. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you are new to the channel, subscribe to get the latest content, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.